Great Spirit, Namaste. Saints, sages of all times, of all places, Namaste. O ye pathmakers of old, ancestors, ancestors, ancestors of all of the lineages to whom we attune, Namaste. O infinite Lord of stillness, Namaste. Most beloved and precious Ishtadevata, in all of thy names and all of thy forms to which each of us individually attune, Namaste. Sweep clear our paths. Bless our time together. May we grow and unfold and become an ever greater blessing to all of those who enter our aura. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Namaste. Welcome to my heart. Welcome to our Sunday meditation. Now here's the thing. For 40 days, they had been fighting. For 40 days, they had starved the other side. For 40 days, they had dropped bombs. Nah, not really 40 days. 400 days. Nah, not 400 days. 40 years. Not 400, not 40 years. 400 years. They started, they stopped. They dropped the bombs. They dropped the catapults. They killed, they murdered, they killed. They sent ships, they sent boats filled with boys from all over the world. And girls from all over the world. Children, really. They sent them on their feet to walk in. Barely armed, too many armed. The old man one day walked on to the latest of the battlefields and said, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. Stop. Do you see what you're doing? You are hurting. Just like you were hurt, just like your ancestors were hurt, you are doing to them what has been done to you. Stop. The general, the caliphate, el presidente, the leader of the other side, whatever you want to call him, whatever name you choose to give him in this particular moment. Doesn't matter, he'll be gone in an instant. Says, don't make me mad. You don't know the way my heart is so filled with rage. I'm sick with it, old man. Don't stir up my anger. Don't stir up my rage, or I'll... Now here's the thing. What I hope I can make you see. For once, Achilles, for it was Achilles, or was it? Achilles, who is addicted to rage, as we all are in one way or the other, for once, this fighting man feels the rage rise up in his heart. And he makes it disappear. He's been fighting for 40 days, 40 years, 400 years. It's in his blood, it's in his bloodline. He and his ancestors have been fighting, and the ancestors have been fighting each other. Each time he thinks of the other, his heart is filled with rage, and yet for one moment, he has the capacity to let it go. It's a remarkable thing. For you and I, we have the same situation. We've been fighting the same wars with the same people, whichever side you want, for 40 days, for 40 years, for 400 years. We've been fighting what our ancestors fought. We've been fighting what our culture has fought. We've been fighting what the sex of our body has fought. Again and again and again and again, seeking to destroy, to annihilate that with which we do not agree. Not caring that what we are annihilating with our thoughts and our words, and in many cases our actions, are humans just like we are. They're souls, they're spirits just like we are, encased in these human bodies, having this human experience. Ah, the karma. Ah, the karma. The continued karma that gets built up, the rage that gets built up, the hatred that gets built up, the cruelty that gets built up, the indifference that gets built up, my beloved. Oh, that's the big thing, the indifference that gets built up. It's quite astonishing. And yet we see the possibility exists in any moment. To let go of the rage, to let go of the anger, to let go of the self-righteousness, to let go of the hurt, to let go of everything that's ever been done to you, you think. For my beloved, the hardest, to me, it's a personal statement, the hardest step along the path is to recognize that whatever I am experiencing, I have drawn into my life. Whatever you are experiencing, you have drawn into your life. To understand the nature of this reality in which we are incarnated. The rage that you feel, the anger that you feel, the self-righteousness that you feel, the hatred that rises in your mind, and I know it's there. It's here too. It's a grounds for sadhana. Each time a thought arises of criticism of the other, well, here it is. I have an opportunity to practice my discipline again, to practice my balance again, to practice my equanimity again, to say, neti, neti, neti. I'm not this thought. I'm not the thought thinking this thought. I'm not thought. Until at some moment you say, really? Now, I've done forgiveness rituals. I've meditated. I've chanted my mantra. Why does this thought keep rising again and again and again and again until you become aware of the foolishness of the habits of the mind. And in a sense, the mind is the mind is a computer. You know, when laptops first came out a few decades ago, I didn't really understand how they worked, and this is really true. And I was traveling I did a lot of business travel, and I was traveling with one of the fellows who led the IT department there, and I had my laptop in a carrying case, and I took it and I just tossed it in the overhead bin. I didn't place it there, and he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm putting it up there." He goes, No. You must treat this very delicately. It's a very delicate machine." I said, okay, thank you. I didn't know that. I said, it never does what I want it to do. It just doesn't seem to understand me. And he says, yeah, I've noticed that when you are trying to do something and it doesn't do what you want, that you keep hitting the same button again and again and again. I said, yeah, I know. That's exactly what I do. And he says, and how's that working? It doesn't work. Obviously, there's something malfunctioning about the machine, is what I thought. He says, no, the machine is fine. You need to understand how that machine operates. It was programmed in a certain way, and you need to understand how it was programmed, and you need to adjust and adapt to the way the machine was programmed in order to get it to function the way that you would like it to function. And that required a change in my consciousness. That is the way the nature of the mind is, my beloved. Your mind, my mind, were set up to function a certain way, not only because of the physiology, but the culture that you're in, the family that you're a part of, the time period that you're living in, the karma that you brought into the life, your natal horoscope because of the way that you came into the life. Your consciousness is set up in a specific pattern, just like the computer. You need to, I need to, we need to step back and say, what is this pattern that was programmed into me? What is this patterning about? What do I need to do to correct it so that I can be more joyful, so that I can become happier, so that I can become more content, so that I can have a broader horizon of awareness, so that I'm not trying in my thoughts and my words and my deeds to kill everybody. And I know, please, I know that everybody here is a good soul. But we're all here in human beings, human bodies. And so the value, the great, great, great value of using the blue light of self-awareness, which you place above your consciousness, 18 inches there, and keep it operating continually. The value of that is that you can then see the thoughts. How many days have you been raging? Now, maybe you'll say to me, well, I don't rage. Great. How many days have you been criticizing the other people? Oh, you don't criticize other people. I buy that. Maybe you don't. How many days have you been criticizing yourself? How many days have you been shaming yourself? Saying you have no compassion and kindness for yourself. What the heck is wrong with you? Of all of the creatures in the world, of all the beings in the world, of all those people that you can be kind and compassionate and loving to, look in the mirror first. Look first in the mirror and say, I think I need to learn to be kind and loving and compassionate to you first. Yeah, to this first. And when something happens in your life that you don't like, you stub your toe, or as one of my disciples said to me one time, she was running a restaurant and she said, I cannot understand how people can become so upset and so angry over a $6 omelet that's not made just the way they want it. Oh, there's a lesson there. There's a lesson for her. There's a lesson for me. There's a lesson for all of us. What do we become upset about? What do you become upset about? What are you angry about? Or maybe you're not angry. Maybe you're just irritated. And the question then to ask oneself is, what is to be done? Your life is part of life. There's not your work life, your spiritual life, your love life, your marriage life, your life as a mother, father, sister, brother, friend, teacher, musician, student. It's one life, one, singular. Breaking it apart isn't very effective. There's only one. And so we need a thread, a sutra, if you will, that will carry us through that life and make it integrated and make it congruent and see what it is that is disturbing the waters and how, like Achilles, whose fight began over the smallest of things, as they always do. The fights always begin over the smallest of things. Greed, not the smallest, really. That greed is one of the most difficult of the attributes. Somebody has something you want, and instead of recognizing that you can have it in time if you work for it, jealousy arises, hatred arises, resentment arises, greed arises, and the desire to grab. Why do you think we have all the wars going on in the world today? Why are all these horrors occurring? Because of greed. And it's not just one soul, my beloved. We can't say it's because of X or Y person, because there are many, many, many souls supporting that are fed by, that are seized is the word, seized by these emotions. And so we must say, what is there for me to do? So that we can become like Achilles. And for just a moment, let go of the rage. Let go of the rage. Let go of the resentment, the hurt, the self-righteousness, the shame, the self-criticism. Let go of the rage. Well, we've been talking now for several weeks about the Ishtadevata and about your relationship with the Ishtadevata. My relationship is what we're really talking about. I'm teaching you so that I can gain greater intimacy with my Ishta. And you think I'm not kidding there. And what we began last week was talking to your Ishta in a way that was very intimate, in a way in which you could take all of your worries and concerns and talk to the Ishta. Say, I'm really having a problem with X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. Please help me. Help me. Now, it was a new moon cycle beginning last Thursday. Maybe you haven't had enough time to complain yet. Maybe you haven't had enough time yet to really articulate all of the hurts and all of the worries and all of the concerns that you have that you're carrying around. So I'm going to say to you this week, make a little change. Change it up. Every time your mind begins to worry about something, every time your mind becomes slightly irritated, every time for some unknown reason your mind becomes filled with rage, every time your body becomes sick, ill, diseased, tired, uncomfortable, turn it to your Ishta. Say, oh, look here. And then every time you feel Ananda, you feel bliss, you feel happiness, you feel joy, you feel the beauty of nature. You see the hawks. We have a hawk in the neighborhood that has 3 little ones. So the other day I look out and in the water fountain there's 4 little, a mama hawk and 3 baby hawks. The beauty of that, oh my, the beauty of the birds, their songs, the trees, the flowers, the music, the line of poetry you read, the joy of your new cat, playing and laughing and making you laugh. Every time you feel that, my beloved, offer it to your Ishta. Here's the goodness. So you're taking your complaints, but you're adding. Oh yes, I can talk to you about the good things too. I can share everything. I can share the love that I feel, the compassion I feel, the confusion I feel, the anger, the emotions. Everything can be shared with your Ishta. So that's your practice this week. You take that and you share it. Now, some of you have said that you didn't quite understand how to attune to the Ishta. So I'm going to back up a little bit and review it again, just for those of you who may want to recalibrate it in your consciousness. Your Ishta Devata is a form of life that is your chosen form of the divine. The attributes of the Ishta are the attributes that you value the most. Not what I value, not what Mama said, not what your childhood religion said, not what your culture says, but what I say. You say, you, not me. Me for me and you for you. What is most important? It's not your imagination, all right? It is quite literally your attuning to the divine. And we attune so much more readily when we know the name, when we know the form, and in time when we can see that form, and when we can hear and feel the presence of the Ishta. And so you've already, if you've not, do it again, introduce yourself to your Ishta. Ask its name, listen. And I've got to tell you, if you haven't been talking to your Ishta every day, then maybe you want to go back and say, Hola, ¿cómo está? Buenas tardes. Bonjour. Buongiorno. I am. Remind me, please, of what I should call you. You don't say, hey, what's your name? But remind me, please, what is, at this moment, the name that I should call call you by. And listen to what is said. And then begin to talk. Invite your Ishta to go everywhere with you. I hope you've been doing that this last week, 10 days. Invite your Ishta to go everywhere with you. And every concern that you have, bring it to the Ishta. Every joy that you have, bring it to the Ishta. And then go into your dreams, go into your sleep state. I know some of you are going to tell me you don't dream, you don't remember your dreams. Don't worry about it. You take your intent to communicate into the dreams. You take your intent to solve a problem. Let's say you have a problem and you want to solve it. You take it into the dreams. Let me wake up with the answer. And you do. And as someone said to me very recently, well, if it doesn't work the first night, if I don't hear them the first night, I just keep asking. And that is the practice, my beloved. You keep asking. Like the little boy that says, Mommy, I want a cookie. 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 He gets the cookie eventually. But not really in that sense. What you're doing, when you begin to talk to the Ishta and you're expressing yourself, you're giving all your problems, you're talking about everything you're concerned about, every problem you have, everything you're worried about. In the beginning, it's almost as if it's an emotional dump that you're doing. But then you begin to see, as you share the goodness with your Ishta, you begin to realize, oh, this is like communicating with another. I have to listen. I have to hear. And so the hearing mechanism changes. You put the emotionality of the mind aside. In fact, you let it go the way Achilles did. And you hear. You hear with a different voice, a different ear. It really is as if you're activating the astral ear. And you can hear it out of your right ear. And if you listen very, very, very carefully out of that right ear, with your eyes and tension balanced at the sun center, the point between your eyes, your Ajna chakra, you'll hear differently. And that's what you're seeking to do. You're seeking to hear free of the emotional clutter, the emotional noise, the emotional dust. And so this week, begin by letting go of the rage. And we're going to use a healing ritual again today. I'm going to ask you a question before the ritual begins so you can have an answer come to your mind. To communicate with your Ishta, to communicate with the Ishta, one needs first to be willing to do this and to put aside your expectations, to put aside your desire for a specific result, and to recognize that you don't know now how your life is going to change, how it's going to improve with this closer communication. Somebody said to me earlier this week, the real problem is that I'm afraid if I keep doing my practice that my life is going to change. And what's going to change? What am I going to have to give up? What do I have that I enjoy that isn't going to be here anymore? And that's a psychological problem, because if your life is happy now, you have some problems, but your life is pretty good, you may feel like, I just don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to, if I care enough to try to make these changes in my life or to see how my life unfolds. And it's a problem. It is a problem. Life is not about how many cars you have, how many airplanes you have, how many houses you have, how many pools you have, how many cabins you have, how many books you have. There is a greater joy, a greater intimacy, a greater beauty and bliss that awaits you as you become silent and as you turn inward and attune to the Ishta. So after all of the talking this week to the Ishta, after all the sharing, each time take a moment to simply be quiet. Like that. And allow the blessings to flow to you. There must be moments of quiet interspersed, moments of silence interspersed throughout your day. So, in summary, this week, you're working on greater intimacy with the divine. Finding first a willingness to let go of your prejudices, your biases, your preferences, and all of the lifetimes that you've been carrying around. Doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. Doesn't mean it has to happen overnight, but just you have a willingness. And that you have a willingness to become intimate with the divine. Talk, reintroduce yourself. Find out what the divine wishes to be called today, and what you wish to be called by the divine at this moment. And then express all of your joy, all of your concerns. And then listen, listen, listen. And as you are listening, and as you let go of the hatred, the anger, the rage, the disappointment, whatever the emotions are, find compassion. If you have to begin with finding compassion with others, do so. But each day, when a thought of criticism arises in your mind and you're criticizing yourself, when you're calling yourself names, when you're diminishing your goodness, when you're failing to see your goodness, when you're failing to see your own goodness, stop. And treat that soul who is looking back at you in the mirror as the single most important being in your life. For they are. That is the soul that you are trying to enlighten. That is you encased in this. in your own this. Be kind to yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Let go of the shame. Let go of the anger. Let go of all those emotions. You are blessed. You are blessed. We are blessed. You have incarnated in this beautiful human body, which you will find joy and enlightenment through. Don't waste the opportunity. That time is fleeting for all of us. And now let us go and meditate together. And as we always do on Sunday, we'll have a meditation, and then we will close with our prayers for all of those who are in need in the world. Namaste. Namaskar. Sitting with your spine erect, place your hands in the Om Mudra, the index finger and the thumb together, cupped upon your thighs. Turning the head to the left with a double exhalation. Bring the head back to the center and begin to watch the breath. With the next inhalation of the breath, pull the energy from the limbs of the body to the trunk of the body. Use the sipping breath. And now again, pull the energy from the trunk of the body to the spinal column, using the sipping breath. And from the base of the spine, pull the energy up to the sun center. Move that energy out in front of you as a golden ball of light. Expand it and sweep around your body, moving to the left, counterclockwise. 3 times encasing your body in golden light. Expand that golden light. Focusing your attention at the point between the eyes. And ascend. Ascend above the room that you're in, above the building. Om Namo Ascend as high as you are able until you reach the grove of the meditators, the high, high, high place. Entering in, find your meditation place. Here you are safe. The bliss fills the space. You call upon your Ishta Devata to join you. As you and your Ishta sit here, make your mind a screen. As you hear this question, pay attention to the first thought that arises. What is the color of healing for you? Hold that. In your mind's eye, first exhale to the left, twice. A double exhalation. Begin to bring the head back to the center. I now see in front of you a mountain. At the base of the mountain is a meadow. You feel the presence of your Ishta with you. You walk into the meadow. Feel the beauty. See the grasses. You come to a comfortable place to sit. And watch the meadow, the bluebirds, the butterflies, the dragonflies, all of the life of the meadow. Breathe in the meadow. And now, resume your walk up the mountain, vivified by the beauty of the meadow. ascending up the mountain with ease. The shade of the trees, the softness of the ground. You ascend. You come to an opening, and there's a pool of clear water inviting you. And you gaze upward and you see that pouring into a pool is a waterfall of light, the color of healing for you. Walk into the pool of water. Feel the cleansing water, the coolness, all of the old crust dissolving away. Duck your head into the water. Feel cooled. Walk to the waterfall of light. It pours down upon you as you walk under the light. The color of healing pouring over you, around you, through you. The color of healing pouring through you. Feel all of the negativity, all of the hurts, all of the doubt, all of the emotions washing through you. The healing light pouring over you, around you, through you. As all of the karma lets go, the light of healing is filling the places. Filling you with vitality and strength. Let go of your attachments to your preferences. The healing light filling that space. The light pours down upon your head, upon your crown center, pouring down your spine through each level of your chakra being. Te Be. Su Te Baya Te Be 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 Su Te Baya Walk forth from this waterfall of light, this healing water. Feel yourself levitating, walking forth from the light above the pool of water, refreshed, strengthened, and vivified. You find your Ishta Devata there waiting with you. Take hold of the hand of your Ishta and ascend to the highest place of meditation. O ye powers that be, join with us. Most beloved Ishta, join with us as we send forth our meditative energy, our blessings to all of those in need. Let us chant the Om mantra as we send forth the golden rings of light upon Mother Gaia, our minds and hearts filled with gratitude for the blessing of this incarnation, that all of the beings around the earth, upon the earth, living within Mother Gaia, be blessed, that she herself be blessed. Om. Om. Let us add the Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 powers that be. Thou knowest better than we all of the needs. We call upon Thee to join with us as we send blessings to all of those in need. For all of those who are thirsty, we offer you this goblet of pure spring water, that your thirst may be quenched. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The water of life that never ends. For those of you living with food insufficiency, we offer you this fruit, magnified without end, that your hunger may be filled. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For those of you living without shelter, we offer you this cloth of protection, this golden light of protection, that thou might knowest the shelter of life with each breath. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. For those living with economic insecurity, we offer these gold coins, enough for all, that all of your needs may be met. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O ye powers that be, thou knowest far better than we the needs of all of the beings upon the earth. The imbalances that need to be balanced, the hurts that need to be healed. We know this. We know that thou knowest. At this moment we offer our life breath, our yoga city, our blessings to thee, my Ishta and I, and my Ishta, your Ishta and you and your Ishta, offering your breath to all of the divine ones as we merge our life prana to send forth blessings to all beings in all realms of existence. We have done that which we came to do. The blessings that we have shared will go on into infinity. Each time you remember the peace of this moment, your offering of this moment, send forth your blessings again and again and again and again. Om Tat Sat Om. Aham Brahmasmi. Thou art blessed. Thou art a blessing. Use every means available to you to become an ever greater blessing unto all life. Seeking out your own illumination with each breath that you breathe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste, Namaskar. Thank you for offering your meditative blessings today, for joining with us. It is much needed. Namaste.